Alright, so what we're going to talk about today is alprazolam, Xanax, and any other type of medication, benzodiazepines that are given to people like candy that suffer from mental illness, anxiety, depression. They're giving them to anybody and everybody. So my advice to you would be this. If you go to the doctor and they try to prescribe anything like that to you, do your research on it first. Google everything. Watch videos on YouTube. These pills are super dangerous. I know firsthand what I went through, and I would definitely see a therapist, talk to them. Anxiety and depression and all that other type of stuff, it stems from somewhere. You just got to find out where it comes from. Most people do know where it comes from, but talking to a therapist is a really good thing to do. I did it. I had to go through a couple of them before I found the right one. Now, I haven't seen him in quite a while. I've gotten better. I'm to a point now where I use exercise. I do live feeds. I started this channel, things like that to help me out. These pills are given to people that if a family member passes away, somebody loses their job and it really tears them up, they're stressed out, you know, just something tragic happens in their life. They're prescribed to people like that, and they're only supposed to be given an amount for a week to 2 weeks, and that's it. And from there, you're supposed to take a 0.5 milligram, maybe 1 milligram, maximum 2 milligrams a day for a week to 2 weeks. And to show you how powerful these pills are, even taking them that short of a period of time, you have to wean yourself off of them. That's how strong they are. So I would highly suggest, before taking any medications, Google the shit out of it. Talk to other doctors about it and listen to what they tell you. Do your research, because they're fucking deadly. I tried to get off of them after being on them for years, and the hell I suffered, I can't describe it to you. So do your homework on any type of pill that they try to give you. And if you do get on them, make sure you don't take them longer than you need to, and wean yourself off of them. Try to wean yourself off of them under supervision as well, because these things are fucking gnarly. So it's good to have somebody around that could watch you come off of these things. You know, in case you have seizures. You know, people fell into comas getting off of these things. Seizures, fall out and die. I mean, that's how bad this shit is. So find out better ways to cope with anxiety, depression, PTSD before you just start popping pills. Because it will bite you in the ass. Trust me when I tell you that. It will bite you in the ass. If you Google people that got off of Xanax and benzodiazepines, there's one thing you're going to see a lot of people say, and that is that they are not the same person anymore that they used to be. You're going to see a lot of people say that. I seen one person on there when I was Googling and doing all my research when I was trying to get off. I seen one person on there say that he was taking 2 a day, just 2 a day, 2 milligrams a day for 2 years. And it took him 2 years to start getting right in his head again. And he even said, even after all that, he still was not the same person that he used to be. But can you imagine 2 years of not being able to work, no income, not being able to do stuff? Because you go through fucking hell. I was hearing shit, seeing shit, and that's common. When you look this stuff up, that is common. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on people trying to get off of Xanax. And I came across a lady that had been on Xanax under doctor's orders for 10 years. 10 years. This lady is damn near brain dead. If you YouTube it, just maybe type in a woman on Xanax for 10 years and you'll probably come across it. This woman is gone to the point where she needs constant supervision by a doctor, constant. And the doctor said that he wanted to just give up on her because it's so frustrating. That's what this stuff will do to you. So watch out what you take. Don't just take something right off the gate because your doctor says you need it. Talk to a therapist first. Talk to a therapist. Tell them what you're going through. Explain to them the problems that you've had in life. And see if they'll give you some better coping skills than just handing out medications. Now, this past year, I fell off track of what I was doing in my life. I was exercising every day. I was eating good. I was running. And this past year, I fell off track. I started drinking. I was eating shit food. My anger started coming back. Getting into fights. Just doing shit. I just felt unhappy. I was miserable. So finally, I decided to quit that the other day. Actually, today's the 5th day now that I'm back on track. And already I feel 100% better as far as anxiety. The best thing I could say to anybody out there is exercise every single day. Do something that's going to release those endorphins in your brain. It's going to make you happy. You're going to feel better physically and mentally. So for sure, exercise and watch what you eat. I eat vegetables this last 5 days again, and boiled eggs, chicken, green beans. And already I'm feeling a whole lot better. And that's even after coming off of a 14-day sickness. Another thing to watch out for is the situations that you're in every single day. Put yourself around positive people. Hanging around with negative people, listening to negative music, all that type of stuff like that. If your job makes you miserable, you're hanging around fools that just want to bring you down, get rid of it. Because that's a lot to do with it too. The way you live your life has got to be 100% on the positive side, or else it's going to bring out nothing but negativity. If you're a good person and you do right, that's what you're going to get back. If you're hanging around with negative people, that's what you're going to put out, negativity, because that's what you're around. So be careful who you keep as company and what you do on a day-to-day basis. Keep that in mind. Another reason you don't want to get hooked on any medications, and I've heard this several times, and it's happened to me myself. I've heard plenty of people got prescribed medications, Xanax, alprazolam, whatever it was, and they got put on that stuff for years. And then all of a sudden one day, the doctor says, I ain't giving this to you no more. We're going to try you on something else. Well, there went that. Good luck. Hope the next prescription they give you works and doesn't fuck you off, land you in a mental institute. In my situation, my doctor passed away, and nobody else in the facility that I went to was able to prescribe it for me. I was cut off, just cold turkey, cut off, ended up in the hospital. Until I found a psychiatrist and had to talk to her, tried to get weaned off of him, and was going straight ape shit. I was going bananas. So that's another reason you might want to watch out taking any prescriptions to help with mental problems. Because just like that, they could take them away from you. Insurance change, boom, done. You ain't getting them no more. Oh, that company went out of business. That brand of alprazolam or Xanax that you were taking went out of business. Boom. Now you're taking something else. It just ain't gonna work the same. I've already been there and done that. Trust me. So if you could take a little bit of advice today, I would say this. Watch your diet, watch your exercise, watch the company you keep. Try to stay positive throughout the whole day. Try not to think of nothing negative. Try not to think about anxiety. I see a lot of people on social media every day, all day, and I'm sure you see them too. All they do is just talk shit. Talk about miserable garbage all day. Just negative stuff all day. It's like they got nothing better to do than to sit at home and just bitch and moan on social media. If that's the attitude you have in life, then I don't know what to tell you. You got to change that shit. Start looking at better posts maybe. Instead of reading all the garbage out there and then condoning to it, jumping in there and putting your 2 cents in, getting all wrapped up into somebody else's fucking bullshit that's got nothing else to do with you. Instead of that, look at some positive shit. Keep your head right. Believe me when I tell you, when you live positive and you think positive, things are going to happen. You're going to see a lot more happier. And if you take medication, a lot of people know this that take, medication for anxiety. It's called clock watching. If you take your medication, let's just say like myself, 6, 10, and 2. I used to clock watch. Man, come 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, I'm already stressing out. Man, another half hour to go. My next medication time was 10 o'clock. 9:30, I'm looking at the clock. When you start living right and doing right, you'll find yourself not even looking at the clock, not even worrying about it. I know I'm living happier when I look down at my watch and I'm like, shit, I'm an hour past my time to take my medication. That's when you know you're doing right. That's when you know you're living better and you're doing good. So now, coming up in about another month, I'm going to give this a month. I'm going to try to start weaning myself off a little bit at a time. And that's the main key, is a little bit at a time. A little bit. I mean, so small. You try cutting back a half a pill real quick, you're going to feel it. You're going to go through hell. So be careful when you start tapering off. But that's my goals. In another month, I'm going to start tapering off. I was up to 8 milligrams a day prescribed by my doctor. That's what they told me I needed. I'm down to 4 a day right now. But it took me a long time to get there. But doing the right thing in my life right now and trying to help others and trying to stay positive and eat right and exercise is making everything a lot more easier for me to do. Well, I hope this video was helpful for some of you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. I'm about to get this exercise in right now. All right, have a good day.